What's up guys, it's Astrio, and we have the new Valentine's Day banner. Should you summon for Alluring Chocolatier Epsilon? Just like her chest, Epsilon is all about buffing units. Or rather, should I say, debuffing. Epsilon is a yellow DPS, but she's not going to be your main attacker. She's more of a support in the backline, but really what she needs is more back support. Her hidden technique deals damage on a single enemy, lowers their attack by 15%, and inflicts seal. Seal is a mechanic that stops the enemies from using their ultimate techniques. This is excellent against bosses, but however it does not cancel their ultimate, it just delays it. Her first skill deals 300 damage on a DPS. If that DPS is a blue unit, it lowers their attack by 10%. This is a good skill in PvP as it only targets the enemy's main DPS. It's even better if it's a blue unit. Her second skill lowers the attack of all enemies by 20%. This is a very good skill if you're having a tough time tanking all those enemies. I know in some stages where multiple enemies gang up on your tank. This makes it much easier for the tank to survive. Epsilon has a unique passive. Whenever she takes damage, the enemies take an additional 15% damage for 20 seconds. This is a little bit tricky to pull off because you need enemies to hit her. And in some stages, enemies will not target the backline. This is not an issue in PvP as your enemies will target all your units. For the main story and PvE, she is good. Her damage debuffs will make it easier for your tank to survive, and in some boss stages, her hidden technique will help your units survive a bit longer, giving them more time for that additional DPS. Her first skill is only limited to blue units, so be aware of that. In the harder stages, Epsilon is a great asset to your team as she gives your team more survivability. Especially for the event going on, she is designed for the new event boss. For PvE, I would give her a 7 out of 10. For PvP, she is great. She targets the enemy's main DPS, allowing you to kill it faster before they can deal any real damage. She also reduces damage from her second skill, but it does take a little bit before she can use her second skill. Her passive is great against AoE units like Aurora. For PvP, I would give her an 8 out of 10. So, should you pull? Not quite. She's a great support to your team, but she is not needed. In most of the content in PvE, there's not many stages where you need damage reduction. There hasn't been a boss that can one-shot your tank yet. She may be needed in future content, but as of now, you don't need her. And if your tank takes a beating like me last night, you can put in 2 healers to help support it. You can clear most of the content without Epsilon, but she does make your life a bit easier if you do pull for her. For PvP, she is a great addition to almost any team. She helps debuff damage. She's basically a counter to Aurora. If you care about PvP, you can pull for her, but that's up to you. In terms of DPS, she can be easily replaced if you just want damage. For example, Adult Alpha, which everyone should have pulled for her, which I told you to because she is the best waifu and unit in the game. So for the free to play, you can skip on this banner. For my marine creature friends out there, let's keep the ocean going. And for the Epsilon enjoyers, you know what to do. I want to pull for this Epsilon so bad. Epsilon is actually one of my favorite waifus in the show. In the wise words of Kazuma, I don't mind if they're padded. But I have to save, because if they release an alpha next month, I cannot afford to pay rent. Thanks for watching guys, be sure to subscribe if you want any more Should You Pull videos. Let me know if you pull for her or not. Love ya.
私の愛情をたっぷり受け取ってね。あ、お返しは主様だけでいいの。